We talk about electoral reforms now. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has faulted the House of Representatives for refusing to criminalise vote buying at party primaries. Obi says the decision weakens Nigeria's democracy and protects a deeply flawed political system. According to him, stopping vote buying must begin at the grassroots level of the electoral process. He wants that democracy loses its value when votes are exchanged for money. Obi is calling for bold reforms, insisting that Nigeria's future must not be put up for sale. And our political analyst, Taiwo Olapade, joins us now for more on this story. Mr. Olapade, it's nice to have you around. So what are the possible reasons the House of Representatives may have for resisting the criminalization of vote buying at primaries, of course, of political parties?
Well, thank you very much. Let me start by saying that in a situation like this, if there is no willing seller, definitely there won't be a willing buyer. And it takes two to tango. Of course, in every situation, they say when there is no law, there is no offense per se. And you cannot really blame the members of the National Assembly, particularly when we also know that we have the ruling of Progressive Congress in the majority. Sometimes people say it may be difficult for you to also propose a law or to also pass a law that will also be at that will also work against you or land you into trouble. We know the way most of our politicians, and these courts across board, a court across political parties, we know the way they win election. Even currently, we have some senators that did not even participate in the primary election of their political parties, and they are currently sitting in the National Assembly. So what do you say about that? How much more about vote buying or vote sellings that we are discussing this afternoon? There are senators, current sitting senators in the National Assembly that did not participate in the primary of their political parties. And they became the candidates and they eventually won an election. So it could be difficult per se for members of the National Assembly because they know the abracadabra that they put in place in ensuring that they win election either by proof, either by whatever means. Because in our own case, it is a case of winner takes it all. So definitely it may be a bit difficult, except if the media and the civil society really continue to push for a genuine electoral process in which the votes of the people will count. If not, we will continue to merry-go-round within this same the vote buyers as well as the vote sellers. And we know we also have the agency, the EFCC, that is also mandated to ensure that those who buy or those who sell, as the case may be, votes during the election are arrested and prosecuted. The question now be, how many people have been arrested and how many people so far have also been prosecuted for this offense by the EFCC, as the case may be.
Okay, so basically it's all about electoral accountability that is lacking in there. So yes. How significant is vote buying in itself at the primary level? How is it shaping the quality of candidates that emerge in Nigeria's elections? Some people say poverty has been weaponized, but then we're talking about electoral participants who are financially endowed, but yet are still swayed by funds.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. By also saying the fact, by also speaking the truth to power, because whether we like it or not, poverty has been impoverished in our society, in our environment. And just like I said earlier, politicians, they devise every other means for them to win election. Particularly, it is even more difficult to emerge as a candidate of your political party. But because when you emerge as a candidate and flag bearer, it is assumed that you already won the general election. And that's why you see a lot of politicking, you see a lot of infighting even among the same members of the political party, especially with emphasis the ruling party, because it is well assumed that if you emerge the candidate of this party, it is assumed that you already won that election, either at presidential level, the National Assembly level, the state level, the governorship, or even the House of Assembly. So we need to ensure that we begin the true democratic practice from the political party. If there is no internal democracy within the political party, it will also be difficult to have an election where it will be free and fair and where the votes of Nigerians will count. We must, like they say, charity begins from the home. If political parties practice true democracy, true internal democracy within their party, in which those who emerge as flag bearer of the party are emerged through genuine, transparent process, then it will be difficult for us to have a winner takes all when it comes to general elections in the country. But because even from the party, the internal party democracy is lacking, and that's why you see some candidates when they couldn't get the ticket from their party, they easily move to the next party, because there are also no political ideology among political parties in our country.
Okay, so let's now look at vote buying in itself. We see how endemic electoral malpractices are in Nigeria's political system. How do we now criminalize vote buying? Because we see some people get away with it. How do we criminalize it to actually strengthen internal party democracy?
Charity begins from the home. And if we all change our mindset as regards seeing our vote as sacred, if you see your vote as sacred, definitely you will not think the way of selling your vote for a pot of soup, or for 5,000 naira, or for 10,000 naira, or because of stomach infrastructure, as the case may be. So let's begin with ourselves as Nigerians. Let's leave behind the political class first. What's my role as me? What's your role as ordinary Nigerians, ensuring true transparency and accountability in our electoral process? We can easily point at using fingers at politicians. What is the number of political class in our society? We ordinary Nigerians are in the majority. So whether I like it or not, it is the way our society is that has given room for vote buying tribe. And I also want to blame our anti-graft agencies to a large extent. If they have also shown if they are also arrested people and prosecute them as the case may be, this will also teach us for others, because Nigerians have this belief that and do it and get away with it. So that's the reason why we continue to face this recurring decimal in our political practice, where people, we see them openly, they exchange votes, they even sell based on the highest bidder. You see Party A saying that if you vote for us, we give you 5,000 in the open space. And you see Party B coming with additional 5,000 naira, maybe like 10,000 naira. So it is so easy for people to also trade off their vote, because of the fact that our political class have also impoverished the citizens of the country. But I put the blame first on our people's mindset. Let us also do away with the mindset of selling our vote for a pot of soup, because whether we like it or not, whatever decision that we made, we continue to rip us off next 4 years before another election takes place.
Of course, we know that in that circle, the impunity is quite nauseating, and that is not good for Nigeria's democracy. Taiwo Olapade, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the news.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course, you're welcome.